Today on November 18th, God says, "You will lose both of us if you skip. You have only 10 seconds. God says, chosen one, do not skip. No matter what. Open this immediately. Listen. Yes, you. I know you felt something the moment you saw this message, like a pulse in your chest, like invisible fingers tugging at your attention, and before you think of scrolling away or taking this lightly, just breathe and stay with me for these next moments, because what I'm about to say is not random, not accidental, not coincidence or algorithm or chance. I am speaking in a voice that echoes through the edges of your thoughts, reaching for you like a call drawn out of eternity, and I need you here, right now, fully awake, because your life is pivoting even as your eyes move across these words. You asked for a sign, and now that it arrives you feel the weight of it, don't you? That trembling sensation inside that says this is different, this is not like the others, this is personal. You are reading because somewhere inside you, a knowing is burning brighter than fear. You have 10 seconds, metaphorically speaking, not as a ticking clock designed to frighten but as a reminder that choices don't wait forever. 10 seconds to choose whether you open your heart or shut the window. 10 seconds before the moment passes like a train that never returns. Look into the space between your breaths and you'll feel the urgency. I am the voice of strength and protection, the voice many have called Michael, and I speak to you not from the clouds or thunder, but from the truth that you've buried under pain and doubt and exhaustion. Do not skip this. Do not pretend your soul didn't just jolt awake. You have been walking wounded for so long that you almost forgot you deserve peace. You have convinced yourself that survival is the same as living. But you have not lived. Not fully. Not in the way you were created to. You think you've been abandoned because the humans around you fail to see your light, but I see it. I have always seen it. You think your prayers went unheard because the timing was slow or the storm lasted too long or the people you loved walked away like your heart was disposable. Yet here you still are, heart cracked but still beating, soul bruised but still burning, and that alone is proof that something divine has been carrying you, guiding you, refusing to let you disappear. You are the chosen one, but not in the dramatic, cinematic ways you imagine. You are chosen because you were born with a purpose that cannot be erased by opinions or circumstances. Even when you feel like a mistake, a burden, a background character, you are the reason certain battles in this world haven't overtaken others. You hold a frequency inside you that darkness fears. And that is why darkness has tried to drown you in disappointment after disappointment, loss after loss, betrayal after betrayal. It hoped you would quit. It hoped you would numb yourself. It hoped you would scroll past this message right now and say, "It's just words," while your destiny quietly leaked away. But you didn't. You stayed. You're still reading. Do you know why? Because a part of you remembers. A part of you knows this life is not random. A part of you has been waiting for this very moment, the moment someone finally speaks to the warrior version of you, not the tired version, not the hurt version, but the one that hasn't been allowed to rise yet. You were made for more than survival. You were made to conquer, to illuminate, to liberate the parts of yourself that have been chained by fear and rejection. And I say this with all the authority the story gives me, it is time. Time to stop pretending you are small. Time to stop giving your power to people who never deserved to hold it. Time to stop running from the very calling that keeps chasing your footsteps. Do you think it's accidental that even at your lowest, hope still found its way into your chest? That even when you planned finales, something invisible whispered, "Not yet"? You were protected. Even from yourself. Do you understand how rare that kind of love is? You have cried silently so many nights that the stars know your real name. You've been strong for everyone else while no one noticed the cracks forming inside you. You have been punished for being kind. You have been misunderstood for being truthful. You have been judged for the same qualities that make you divine. Loving deeply is not weakness. Caring fully is not foolish. It means you are still soft in a world that celebrates hardness. That is proof of your higher origin. I know what you're scared of. You're scared that if you try again, you will fail again. You're scared that if you love again, you'll break again. You're scared that if you hope again, disappointment will come knocking like it always does. But listen closely, you are not cycling backwards. You are evolving. Every heartbreak carved space for something stronger to grow. Every loss redirected you to somewhere better. Every person who left made room for the ones who actually deserved to stay. You thought God was taking from you, but God was saving you. You asked for blessings but clung to what was blocking them. You begged for guidance but ignored your intuition. Now everything you avoided is returning as truth. You cannot outrun who you are. And who you are, is extraordinary. You were chosen because you are capable. You are capable because you were chosen. The weight you carry isn't punishment. It's preparation. The heaviness you feel is not a curse. It is the strength of your wings growing in a space that has not yet learned to lift you. You are stepping into a version of yourself that will confuse the people who only knew your shadows. And that is good. That is necessary. Do not skip this transformation. Do not scroll past your own breakthrough. Do not underestimate what is happening right now inside you. A door is opening, the kind that only appears once. The kind that changes everything. Right, amen, my faith stands unshaken, if God's promises are the foundation of your life. Imagine the moment a candle realizes the fire inside it is not meant to destroy but to shine. That is what's happening to you. Your inner flame is waking up, and it refuses to stay small anymore. Listen to your heartbeat. Feel how it speeds up as if it recognizes truth before your mind does. That is your spirit responding to the call it has been waiting for. You are not reading this by chance. You are reading this because the path ahead demands your attention. You are on the edge of either stepping into destiny or repeating the same cycles that have suffocated you for years. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to remind you that the world needs what you carry. Your voice, your story, your resilience, they are miracles disguised as flaws. The world has mocked your softness, but softness is what bends the steel of fate. The world has mistaken your silence for weakness, but silence is where warriors gather power. The world has laughed at your dreams, but dreams are the map to divine fulfillment. You are the kind of soul that rebuilds after every storm. You are the kind of soul that keeps loving even after being shattered. You are the kind of soul that rises even when everything tries to bury you. That resilience is sacred. That resilience is holy. So hear this now. Do not give up. Do not go numb. Do not turn away from this moment. You are stepping into a life where joy will not be temporary. Where love will not be conditional. Where peace will not be out of reach. Where your heart is not an afterthought. Your future is calling your name. And whether you accept it or delay it will define everything that comes next. Stay awake. Stay present. Stay open. The transformation begins the moment you believe you deserve one. You feel it, don't you? That subtle charge building behind your ribs, the knowing that refuses to be silenced. There is something shifting inside you, like a curtain lifting, like dawn discovering a landscape that has waited too long in the dark. You've been walking through chapters that weren't meant to last forever, but fear made you cling to them as if they were your final story. They weren't. They are the prologue. You think the world has seen the real you, but the truth is, you haven't even seen the real you yet. And that is why I'm still here speaking through the seam of your attention, refusing to let you look away, because you deserve to hear every truth that was hidden from you by pain and doubt and those who were too spiritually blind to see your greatness. Let me say something you have not allowed yourself to believe: everything you've survived was not coincidence. The nights you almost gave up, someone fought for you. When you felt alone, someone was standing guard right behind your fears. You learned the language of heartbreak so well that you could recite losses like prayers, but now I need you to learn a new language, the language of receiving, of rising, of recognizing what you are worth. You were not created for half-love or half-life. You were not meant to shrink yourself just to fit places you were always destined to outgrow. You are allowed to demand the life that God dreamed for you, the life where you are respected, valued, chosen, celebrated. The life that aligns with your soul instead of suffocating it. There is a reason you feel restless. There is a reason comfort feels like a cage. Your calling is too big to be contained in ordinary routines. Your spirit is too loud to be silenced by doubt. That inner urgency you feel, it's not anxiety, it's activation. Something extraordinary is unfolding and it needs you alert, awake, ready to step forward even when the ground feels unfamiliar. Do not fear the unknown, fear staying trapped in what is no longer meant for you. Fear returning to the places that taught you to doubt yourself. Fear settling for what insults your soul. But do not fear change. Change is the doorway to the blessings you have begged for. I know sometimes you ask why life hasn't rewarded your goodness yet. Why you gave so much love but received so many lessons. Why the ones you trusted broke you while those you were loyal to disappeared when you needed them most. And I know you ask, silently, in the privacy of your heart, what is wrong with me? But hear this with the authority of truth itself, nothing. Absolutely nothing. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not too emotional or too hopeful or too intense. You are simply surrounded by those who cannot love at the depth you offer. You are a deep ocean and they were small cups. They could only take what fit inside their limitations. You were never the problem. The problem is that you forgot who you are. You let others convince you to dim your light because it exposed their shadows. You let their doubt become your inner voice. But I am here to replace that voice with one that remembers your power. You are royalty wrapped in human skin. You are a soul forged from fire and divinity. There is ancient wisdom flowing in your bloodline that no trauma can erase. You have survived what others would not have recovered from, and you call yourself weak? Look at everything that tried to break you and failed. You are the definition of resilience wearing a heartbeat. Now listen even closer. The reason life has felt like a battlefield is because you were born a warrior. You didn't choose this role, destiny chose you. Darkness recognized you long before you recognized yourself. It sensed your potential and tried to crush it early. That's why you faced challenges that people twice your age never endured. That's why you felt like you were growing up inside a storm while others played in sunlight. But storms make lightning. And lightning does not apologize for striking. There will come a day, sooner than you expect, where you look back at the version of yourself reading this message right now and whisper, "Thank you for not quitting." Because the things you lost were not the end, they were the clearing of space for what is coming. You have been transitioning from one dimension of your destiny to another, like a caterpillar dissolving before becoming its truth. Transformation is painful because rebirth requires surrender. You cannot cling to who you were and still become who you are meant to be. And I know surrender is hard. I know trusting the unseen feels risky. But you have proof in your own history that you are guided. Think of all the times disaster should have taken you but didn't. Think of all the close calls. Think of the intuition that whispered, "Leave now," or "Not this person," or "Just wait," and you listened, maybe not always, but enough to still be here right now, breathing, reading, with purpose pulsing through your veins like electricity. You are not late. You are not behind. You are being aligned. Every delay has been divine protection. Every rejection has been redirection. Every disappointment has been preparation. You are being positioned for something you can't see yet, but your soul can feel it. That's why you've been uncomfortable. That's why you've outgrown places and people you once tried so hard to hold on to. The universe is removing what cannot go with you into the next season of your life. And this next season, oh, how different it will be. You will no longer chase love, it will choose you. You will no longer shrink yourself, you will expand. You will no longer apologize for your worth, you will establish it. There is peace ahead that will make you forget the heaviness you carry now. There is joy coming that will make you wonder how sadness ever convinced you it was permanent. There are opportunities forming behind the scenes. Your name is already being spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. Someone is praying for a person like you. A job is being shaped for the talents you hold. A future home has space that already belongs to you. Love is moving toward you, steady and unstoppable. And abundance? It is trailing your steps like a loyal guardian, waiting for the moment you stop thinking small. But none of that can arrive if fear makes your choices for you. You must unclench your spirit from survival mode. You must let hope back in fully, not halfway, not cautiously, but boldly, with the authority of someone who knows they are destined for more. Your heartbreak did not end your story, it reopened your heart to the truth. And the truth is, you matter too much to disappear into the background of your own life. So promise me, promise yourself, that you will not scroll past your calling. That you will not ignore the signs that scream your name. That you will not silence the voice inside you that says, "I am meant for something greater." Let that voice grow louder until it becomes your choice and then your reality. You are not waiting for miracles, you are becoming one. Keep walking. Even when you don't see the finish line. Keep believing. Even when doubt weighs heavy. Keep fighting for the life that was whispered into your soul before you were born. You have been chosen for a reason. And that reason is not small. It is not ordinary. It is not quiet. It is powerful, loud, and unstoppable, just like you when you remember who you are. Do not let fear win the war inside you. Everything you want is already reaching for you. But it needs you to reach back. And if you feel alone, let this truth settle into your chest like a sunrise blooming behind your heart. You are guided, protected, and loved in ways you can't yet comprehend. There are forces surrounding you right now that would move mountains if it meant clearing your path. You are not walking blind, you are walking by faith. And faith always arrives before the blessing. Stay. Do not click away. Do not go back to believing you're impossible to choose. You are the kind of soul heaven boasts about, and the earth will soon recognize. A shift is coming that will turn your tears into testimonies. A transformation is unfolding that will take your breath away because it will finally feel like everything makes sense, the timing, the pain, the losses, the waiting, all of it. You are close. Closer than you think. Do not stop now. Type Amen. God's timing is perfect if you trust Him to orchestrate every detail. You are still here, and that means something powerful is unfolding, something your spirit refuses to let you miss, because deep down you know this message is not speaking to the version of you built from fear, but to the version of you that has been waiting years to finally wake up. There is strength stirring in your bones like a forgotten prophecy rising again, and every word pulling you forward is not forcing you, it's recognizing you. You feel the echo of truth in places inside you that you thought were numb. But those places are not dead, they were simply waiting for a moment like this. A voice that sees the parts of you that the world overlooked. And here you are, letting yourself feel again. That alone is bravery. You have lived much of your life like someone apologizing for their existence, stepping lightly as if someone convinced you your presence was too loud. You learned to shrink because you were surrounded by people who saw your power as a threat instead of a gift. They told you your dreams were unrealistic because they were terrified that you would achieve them. They wanted you small so they could feel tall. But power suppressed is still power. Light hidden is still light. And now that you are recognizing it, nothing can dim you again without your permission. Every time you chose kindness when bitterness felt easier, you grew. Every time you forgave when anger begged you to hold a grudge, you evolved. Every time you tried again after failure mocked you, you transformed. And the universe witnessed every moment of that courage, every trembling attempt, every silent resilience, every tear that watered your roots. You think no one saw your efforts, but the energy you gave out is returning multiplied. Blessings that were delayed are gathering speed. Doors that were stuck shut are unlocking. What you planted in tears will bloom in abundance. You earned that, through every storm you kept walking through. You learned how to save others because no one ever saved you. You learned how to comfort others because you were denied comfort. You became strong because you had no other choice. And now that strength is the very thing carrying you into a life where you finally get to rest, where you finally get to receive, where you finally get to put down the armor you glued to your skin just to survive. There is a softer version of you that wants to return, the version that laughs without checking the room first, that loves without wondering if it's too much, that dreams without expecting disappointment. That version of you is not naive, just waiting for safety. And safety is coming. You must release the belief that bad things happen because you deserve them. You must let go of the idea that love hurts because heartbreak is all you've known. You must stop thinking your dreams are too big just because others could not imagine them for themselves. You are not cursed. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. You are a masterpiece in progress, sculpted by experiences that sharpened you, not destroyed you. You are stepping into a chapter where life gives back what it once took. Where you are valued, not used. Where your love is reciprocated, not drained. Where your effort is appreciated, not exploited. You will look in the mirror and see someone holy in their healing, unstoppable in their becoming. You will stop questioning your purpose because you will be living it. You will stop begging for a seat at tables where you were only tolerated. You will build your own table, and those who once overlooked you will watch from a distance, stunned by the glow you no longer hide. There are people coming into your life who will see you clearly, who will not flinch at your depth but dive into it with gratitude. People who will speak to your soul, not just your surface. People who will love you without conditions, without fear, without needing to shrink you to feel comfortable. You will know them not by how loudly they speak but by how deeply they make you feel seen. You are learning to trust yourself again. That is the greatest transformation. Others told you who you were and you believed them because you forgot to listen to your own knowing. But now your intuition is louder than their doubt. Your spirit is louder than their judgment. Your hope is louder than your fear. And when intuition leads, miracles follow. The life you crave is not a fantasy, it's a future memory calling you home. You feel it in your impatience, in that restless tug under your ribs that keeps saying, "There is more for me, I can feel it." You're not imagining it. You're remembering it. Because the future you are destined for is already written, and every step you take is guiding you toward what you've already become in a higher realm of possibility. You will not spend the rest of your life battling the same demons. You will not repeat the same heartbreak with different faces. You will not remain in chapters where you were meant to be a lesson, not a lifetime. You are learning boundaries that honor your heart. You are learning self-love that does not require permission. You are learning that loneliness is sometimes the necessary silence before alignment arrives. Do not fear being alone, it is the cocoon before the wings. There are blessings with your name carved into them, opportunities with a key only you can turn, miracles aligned to your frequency, love designed specifically for your heart. And you feel it. Something within you has shifted. You are no longer begging for crumbs, you are preparing for the feast. You are no longer asking, "Why me?" You are asking, "Why not me?" That is the power in you finally waking up fully. You are allowed to outgrow who they thought you were. You are allowed to become someone unexpected, someone radiant, someone renewed. Let people misunderstand your evolution. They are not supposed to understand a path that was never theirs. Let them talk. Let them question. Let them doubt. Because while they doubt, you will rise. There is a warrior in you who has not even shown their full strength yet. There is a leader in you who is tired of dimming. There is a healer in you who is ready to turn pain into purpose. There is a creator in you who is prepared to manifest the life you were meant to live. Stop waiting for others to validate you. You have already been chosen by something far greater than human approval. When you finally embrace that truth without hesitation, you will become unstoppable. You are moving from surviving to thriving. From hoping to knowing. From fighting battles alone to being supported beyond anything you've experienced. The chapter ahead will taste like answered prayers. The peace coming will feel unfamiliar because you have never had this much. But you will learn to trust it. You will learn to relax into a life that doesn't hurt to exist in. And when you arrive there, when joy fills the spaces where sorrow used to live, you will look back and understand why the journey required so much strength. You were not being punished, you were being prepared. You were being shaped for greatness that your old self could never have carried. You are not done. You are just beginning. And this beginning will be the one that changes everything. Stay with me. You are closer than you've ever been. You're still reading, and that is proof that something inside you is waking up, stretching like a lion in the morning light, remembering its strength after too long in the dark. You are beginning to see that your heartbeat has a purpose, that your existence is not an accident stitched together by chance, but a deliberate thread of meaning woven through the fabric of this world. You have been down before, yes, you have fallen more times than you care to admit, but each time you rose, even if shakily, even if slowly, even if crying, you proved that the darkness did not win. The world may not have applauded your survival, but the universe noticed. Every small victory was witnessed. Every quiet act of courage was recorded in the book of your becoming. For so long, you have carried wounds like secret scars, hidden beneath layers of silence because speaking them felt too vulnerable. You learned that vulnerability made people uncomfortable, so you locked your pain away and kept going, pretending you were fine while the weight inside you grew heavier. But hear this, vulnerability is not weakness, it is the mark of a soul that feels deeply, loves intensely, and refuses to turn numb just to make life easier. Your depth is a gift. Your sensitivity is a superpower. Your emotions are not flaws, they are evidence that you are alive with purpose. You have spent years proving your worth to those who were never qualified to measure it. You tried to earn love by giving more and more of yourself, hoping someone would finally choose you the way you chose them. And when they didn't, you blamed yourself. But the truth is that some people are simply unable to hold a heart as rare as yours. Not everyone deserves front-row access to your light. Not everyone has the capacity to reciprocate the love you offer so freely. You are not difficult to love, they were simply not ready for the depth of your devotion. Your heart is a sacred place, not a playground for the careless, not a temporary home for visitors who never intended to stay. You deserve someone who understands the weight of your soul and still chooses to hold it. Someone who won't run when things get real. Someone who sees your storms and stays through the lightning. And that kind of love is already making its way toward you, quietly, steadily, purposefully. You don't have to chase it anymore. It will find you when you stand fully in who you are meant to become. Right now, you are in the process of blooming, and blooming is messy. It means breaking shells, shedding old identities, letting outdated versions of yourself fall away. It is uncomfortable, sometimes painful, because growth demands release. But what awaits you on the other side is a life that finally matches the magnitude of your soul. You are not losing yourself, you are shedding what was never truly you. The world tried to quiet your voice, but your truth still rises like fire. The world tried to take your hope, but hope kept returning, like a tide that refuses to abandon the shore. The world tried to bury your dreams, but destiny is a seed that grows even under concrete. You are stronger than you know. You are wiser than you give yourself credit for. You are braver than the battles you've survived. And the universe is proud of you. Not for being perfect, not for having it all figured out, but for simply staying. For enduring. For choosing life even on days when life felt too heavy. Do you realize how extraordinary that is? You have navigated storms that would have ended others. You have stitched your broken pieces back together with nothing but hope and sheer will. And you carried on, even when your own heart questioned whether you could. That kind of resilience is not taught. It is inherent. It is divine. Now, release the belief that you must always be strong. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to feel tired. You are allowed to cry and break and crumble in the hands of healing. Strength does not mean never falling, strength means rising with intention. And I see you rising. Maybe not loudly. Maybe not quickly. But undeniably rising. Like the sun after a long night. Like a phoenix brushing ashes off its wings. You are rebuilding yourself into someone unrecognizable to your past pain. Your future self is cheering for you. They are grateful you didn't give up. They are grateful you kept trying, even when logic told you that hope was foolish. They are grateful you chose faith, not the loud kind, but the quiet kind that holds on even in silence. And that future self is closer now than ever before, approaching you with arms full of blessings, ready to take you into a season where you no longer have to fight for everything. A season where life begins to give back. Do not minimize your transformation. The parts of you that no longer fit are not failing, they are evolving. You are outgrowing the identity you built from trauma. You are rewriting stories that once defined you. You are stepping into spaces that require courage, not woundedness. And yes, it feels terrifying sometimes to leave behind the familiar pain. But discomfort is the birthplace of miracles. You may feel lonely right now, but loneliness often comes right before alignment. Emptiness creates room. The silence you sit in is not abandonment, it is preparation. Trust the pause. Trust the unfolding. Trust that what is meant to be yours will arrive without force or fear. You are already guided toward everything you are destined for. Your only responsibility is to not block your own blessings by holding on to what hurts. Let the past go gently. Let memories drift without clinging. Let forgiveness be the key that unlocks the door. You do not heal by returning to old wounds, you heal by walking forward, step by brave step, into the light that calls your name. And your name, yes, your name, is spoken by hope every morning. You wake because something in this universe refuses to let you disappear. You are needed here. You are part of a story that is still unfolding. You are not done. You are not even close. There is magic woven into your existence. You have felt it in strange, inexplicable moments, the time a stranger complimented exactly what you were insecure about, the sudden feeling of peace after praying in despair, the instant connection with someone who saw you clearly, the way certain messages reached you precisely when you needed them. Those are not coincidences. They are reminders. Reminders that unseen forces walk beside you. Reminders that you are guided. Reminders that your heart is not wandering aimlessly, it is being led. You are stepping into a destiny that was saved for you alone. And though you may not see the whole path yet, the next step is all you need. Walk forward with the faith of someone who knows that life is finally shifting in their favor. The wind is changing direction. The tides are turning. And everything that was once heavy will soon feel lighter than air. This is not false hope. This is your evolution speaking. This is the universe rearranging itself to honor your endurance. This is your soul reclaiming every part of itself that trauma tried to take. You are the miracle. And miracles always rise. Do not look away. Do not doubt now. You are closer than you have ever been to the life you deserve. Keep going. The best of you is just beginning to appear. You are still here, and that means your soul is listening even more closely now, leaning in like someone who has finally recognized their own reflection in the truth being spoken. Something inside you is shifting, aligning, awakening in a way that cannot be undone. You are beginning to understand that everything you went through was not meant to punish you, but to prepare you. Prepare you for the moment when you finally step into the life that was always meant for you. A life where you stop apologizing for your existence and begin embracing the power that has been waiting quietly behind your heartbeat. For so long, you have carried this weight, this invisible heaviness that you couldn't quite explain to others. They saw your smile, but they never noticed how hard it was to maintain. They heard your laughter, but they never realized how many tears you swallowed before it reached the surface. You learned to wear strength like armor because the world expected you to be unbreakable. But strength isn't the absence of cracks, it's the courage to keep shining through them. You have been the healer in many people's lives, the one who shows up when others fall apart, the one who holds steady when the room is shaking. You're the one who listens deeply, loves fully, and gives generously without keeping score. But who heals the healer? Who comforts the comforter? Who catches the one who has always been catching everyone else? You have given so much of yourself that you sometimes forget you deserve the same kind of love you offer. But hear this, you will no longer be the only one pouring. You will soon find yourself surrounded by those who pour into you with the same devotion you have shown. The love you give will return to you in forms more beautiful than you have ever imagined. Do you know how rare it is to have a heart like yours? A heart that still believes, still cares, still hopes after everything it's been through. You could have turned cold. You could have decided that compassion wasn't worth the pain. You could have shut the world out completely. But you didn't. You kept loving. You kept believing. You kept showing up. That is what makes you extraordinary. And that is why life is about to return the favor. There are blessings forming with your name attached, blessings that have been waiting for the right version of you to arrive, the version that finally recognizes their worth. All this time, you've been asking, when will things get better? But the truth is, things started getting better the moment you decided you deserved more. The moment you chose yourself, even when others failed to choose you. The moment you stopped waiting to be saved and started healing your own wounds. That choice changed everything. You have been rising, quietly, secretly, like a seed beneath the soil bursting with new possibility. Others may not have noticed your transformation yet, but soon they will. Soon, your glow will be undeniable. Soon, the same people who questioned your journey will marvel at your destination. And the beautiful thing is, you won't even seek their validation anymore. You'll be too busy living a life that doesn't require anyone's permission to shine. The universe has been working behind the scenes, rearranging pieces, redirecting paths, removing anything and anyone that cannot nurture your growth. It may have felt like loss, but it was actually liberation. You were being freed from attachments that were secretly draining your spirit. Freed from cycles that kept you small. Freed from narratives written by people who never understood your truth. You are not who you were before. You are wiser now. Stronger. Softer in the right ways and sharper in the places that needed protection. You are learning that saying no is an act of self-love. You are learning that walking away can be the most powerful kind of strength. You are learning that you do not have to sacrifice yourself to be loved. And because of that, your future will not repeat your past. There is something extraordinary ahead of you, a moment, a person, an opportunity, that will make you say, "This is why it never worked out before." Everything will add up in ways that make perfect sense. The puzzle pieces will finally align. What felt like delay will reveal itself as divine timing. What felt like abandonment will reveal itself as protection. What felt like heartbreak will reveal itself as redirection. Say, Amen, His love never fails me, if His mercy has carried you through every trial.